Welcome to Mind Spin. This session starts like any other, with you listening. I wonder where you're listening. It could be anywhere, but very likely it's somewhere private. Headphones, preferably. A comfy place where you can move freely, unseen, unheard. It's just you and me. It all starts with just a few words from your goddess Bella, building up, arousal, melting down your mind, slowly losing control of yourself, loosening the thoughts, drifting up and down. It's all too common for you to enjoy the simple state of listening. It all starts with my familiar voice, the tones and sounds, my voice meandering and thoughts slowly fading. There's a promise in my words, a temptation, building up arousal, melting your mind. And there are many ways to do so. There are those lovely countdowns. There are the meandering sentences that just seem to go on and on and on. The confusing things I do, and yet there must be an end, as they cannot forever continue to go beyond what I'm saying. Am I confusing you on purpose? Because that would simply not be possible, would it? It's too soon for that, isn't it? Or perhaps it's possible for your mind to find itself slowly drifting in and out of trance, especially if you've trained with me already. It's as easy as breathing. Nice deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, building up arousal, slowly helping you lose control, and listening to my session that's perfectly safe, of course. After all, well, I can do a lot of things, can't I? I couldn't just take your mind away like that and then let you imagine a fantasy or place your thoughts onto a different reality. What could it be? How could it happen? Would it be as simple as an up or a down over and over again? Or would it be more sneaky, more devious, like placing you in the center of something, placing your mind, taking it for a spin, the center of teasing and temptation, a whirlpool of need that slowly grows with every passing second, words whispered in your ear that become more and more powerful, a fantasy or a reality. Imagining yourself sitting on a chair in the center of a room, or perhaps that's what you're doing. It's almost as if there's an unspoken agreement. There might be some stroking, a brush over the arm, a light tap on your shoulder, but nothing until you invite more, like a game. I love games. A play perhaps, a teasing river of realization as your thoughts become more focused on the feelings inside. Did you knowingly walk into my trap as you started to listen? Will you be tortured with desire or tempted with need? Will you be made to beg for the very possibility of touching? Or will it simply be a sweet adventure, a wonderful building of arousal, stronger and stronger until your body cannot take it anymore? Words whispered in your ear, yet there you are. So much room around you. The silence is like a tease in itself because you know there's more coming. You're very aware that slowly there's a buildup of arousal, a soft brush over your shoulder, a light touch all the way down your arm, innocent, respectful even, maybe or not. It's possible that the implications by now are toying with your perception. The simple signs of your reactions are clear. Even that simple caress, the elegance of which passed quite noticeably through your body, how the shivers from a touch down your arm, pulled your mind much further. It's beginning to become more and more obvious how your body's responding. Light touches, a simple feather-light touch, a tap on your shoulder, a little tap down your arm, a little tap further down, a little tap, 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 tap. Of course, these touches could be somewhere much nicer. It could be so easy to touch in more sensitive spots. A light touch on your knees, almost electric. The longer you are denied things that you think you want, the stronger the desire undoubtedly becomes. Your breathing is changing, evolving, becoming something more naughty. Sitting in the center of the room while I spin your mind. It's possible that your thoughts would allow your body to slowly begin to adjust to accept what's going on. And yet, maybe you have no control. Maybe your arms are too heavy to rise to where they want to be, your legs too tired to react, and a simple tap on your knee is enough to let you know that you're not alone. A slow brush over the outside of your thigh is just devious in its simplicity. I'm sure that you don't want me to make you consider your desire. I mean, you're not already so frustrated, are you? I've only just begun. There's mere flirting with the possibility of teasing and temptation. It's not like you knowingly walked into a trap where your mind and body is being twisted into a never-ending spiral down. That reminds me, there's something down there, isn't there? This fun little trigger, so innocent by itself and yet so useful in its power. I wonder if you remember the simple loop. When it's said like that by me, it's like the sensations of before are just repeating over and over again. Just like drop, just like desire bella, just like pop, pop, pop. Somehow, your unconscious mind knows exactly which sensations are repeating, like fingernails over your shoulder, going all the way down your arm. Drop, pop, 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 so you feel it again, repeating and repeating. It does allow you for some fun playing with how much you want to continue with this desire. Of course, I can also tell you that this feeling stops, which is a form of denial, isn't it? I wonder how nice it would feel to have that brush over your outer thigh, slow and teasing, loop again and again. All of this so nice, so sweet, so innocent, pop, 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 and yet I know that the heat, the craving, the need is spreading. The want is forming in the very core of your being. It's almost as if you can feel the waves of wanting growing with every breath. Loop, pop, pop, pop. Of course, even with those increasing waves of arousal, you can still pop, pop, pop. Yes, it's getting quite obvious that my words are having an effect on you. I wonder how visible it would be to any random observer. How much does your craving continue to make you want to consider an orgasm? A mindgasm? I'm sure you can easily take it. It can't be affecting you by much already, can it? Do you have my permission? Do you have permission from your goddess? Every wave of arousal and want and need growing by the passing second. You can hardly take it. And we've only just begun. It's only the beginning. I wonder how long it will take for your hand to find the willpower, the strength, because your arm's so heavy, your mind's so empty. Every time that there's a bit of willpower slowly feeding strength into your hands and fingers as they edge closer to where they want to be, maybe I should just count you down, or maybe not. Maybe I should tell you how much you should pay attention. Know that your arousal will only grow because right now you have no choice. You're helpless, panting, not yet begging. Probably it's difficult for me to know. I wonder how long it will take to almost break your mind with wonderful frustration, with beautiful denial, with delicious depraved absence of release. And the more you want it, the more you need it, the more you crave it, and the better it becomes. A simple brush over your arms, pulling you all the way down with just a loop, a pop, 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 letting you feel the desire to be touched, stroked, to feel some kind of physical stimulation to mirror all that mental frustration, building up arousal, melting down your mind. I should let you stroke effortlessly. Let your hands and fingers move to the path where they crave to be, as easy as breathing, just giving in to whatever movements they need to make. And at the same time, as you feel the stimulation of your mind and body increase, I could easily loop the sensations so it feels like you're being stroked even more intensely, more want, more need. And it's so nice, isn't it? So sweet, so wonderfully intense. But you will listen and pay attention. You will make sure that you obey your goddess. Right now, other than your desire growing, your want flowing, your need increasing with every breath, the heat intensifying, other than all that, loop. You will not release, not yet. You know if you have permission or not. Do you have permission? If not, you'll keep it all in. But if so, well, that's another story. No matter how much you want to, no matter how much you want to release, no matter how much you want to lose and simply give in, no matter how comfortable you want to feel, you will remain in this state, on the edge, in the denial, the wonderful depravity as it grows and flows through your body, already so frustrated. Maybe I should stop toying with you like this. Maybe I should just walk away. The whispers in your ears fading into nothingness, just like your mind. As the arousal increases, your ability to think fades. It would be so easy to touch you elsewhere, to let fingers be felt, hands pressed, bites, nibbles, scratches, desires that loop, pop, 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 over and over again. Or maybe a countdown would be nice. That feeling of edging, stroking helplessly, where to start, where to end. The tension is quite important. Keeping your thoughts with every moment in line with my words. A 9 to be heard, and then an 8 to tease even deeper, to a 7 that sucks you in, 6 that feels the heat, a 5 that makes you feel alive with lust, a 4 before the others, a 3 free of will, just pulling deeper, a 2 to bring you to the edge, but no more, not yet. Oh no, it's not going to be that easy. It's not so simple. If you already get what you crave so badly, of course you will continue to give in, to feel more craving, building up. 10, 9, 8. Something else could also tease you even more, unless of course you want so badly to have that release, to hear the counting down, pulling your thoughts with it. Or maybe you just want to be bitten, nibbled, scratched, pinched, as you continue to give in and loop, pop, 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 all the sensations increasing more powerfully. 10, loop, 9, loop, 8, loop, 7, loop, 6, loop, 5, loop, all that pleasure on top of each other. 4, loop, driving you crazy. 3, stop, all those loops ending. 5, 4, 5, let's just go further away, again from the edge. 6, that's much better, isn't it? 7, so much easier to think like this. 8, to feel all the frustration. 9, as your mind is just at my whim. 8, or maybe I should go. 7, taking you back down. 6, so good. 5, loop. 4, loop. However, while I could easily keep you pouncing on this edge, back and forth, into that wonderful state of mindlessness where nothing remains, and all that's left is just a helpless, powerless lust driving you deeper. A drop, toying with you like a drip, a pull, maybe I should just walk away. Perhaps even a touch or a sharp bite in the right place. Just I wonder how much you truly, deeply consider the need. I know you want to feel that release, to have that intense pleasure after all this buildup. It's so obvious how weak you are, how aroused you are, how helplessly, wonderfully in heat you feel. Loop, stop. All those loops ending. 5, 4, 5. Let's just go further away, again from the edge. 6. That's much better, isn't it? 7. So much easier to think. Like this. 8. To feel all the frustration. 9. As your mind is just at my whim. 8. Or maybe I should go. 7. Taking you back down. 6. So good. 5. Loop. 4. Loop. However, while I could easily keep you pouncing on this edge, back and forth, into that wonderful state of mindlessness where nothing remains, and all that's left is just a helpless, powerless lust just driving you pulling deeper, you down, a drop, into the dripping, dropping, a deep depravity of your desire. Perhaps so nice, even a touch or a sharp bite in the right wonderfully place. Deep. I with wonder every loop, how much it just truly gets better. With every loop, it gets more intense. The need, but you will listen. I know you want to feel that release without to have that intense pleasure. Right. After all, so this go ahead and loop. It's so enjoy obvious the feeling, how weak you are, how aroused you are, need, how helplessly, wonderfully in heat you craving. 10, 9, 8, 7, or even 6, going closer to 5. Such a nice edge already at 4, even sharper at 3, even closer at 2, and there can even be a 1 that is so close to the edge you need, and you will continue to crave. Good. Very well done. The words that are whispered just sneak into your mind and subtly light those fires even more, fueling them and wanting, needing, drifting in and out of attention. 10, as the numbers keep pushing you. 9, teasing you with temptation. 8, driving you with desire. 7, feeding you with a frenzy of lust. Or maybe I should simply stop and let you awaken from this frustrating place. I wonder what would be worse, because I know you will listen. 10, 9, 8, how the need 7 you feel is 6, just pulling 5, you down into 4, the dripping, dropping, 3, deep depravity 2, of your desire, edging so nicely, and it's so nice. 3, so sweet. 4, so wonderfully 5, deep. With 4, every loop, it just gets better. 2, with every loop, wonderfully edging, more intense. No choice in what's going on. You will listen. Stuck, you will in not the center of your attention, being the center of your arousal. So go ahead and loop of your melting. Enjoy mind, the feeling, spinning with sweet sensations. Round and round. I'm going to count you up, and yet I know that the even craving, that will not 10, take away the arousal, 9, the need, the craving, 8, the want. 7, I might or be somewhat responsible 6, for your future state, to 5, but it will feel so such good. A nice edge already. At 4, even sharper at 3, even closer at 2, and there can even be a 1 that is so close to the edge you need, and you will continue to crave. Good. Very well done. The words that are whispered just sneak into your mind and subtly light those fires even more, fueling them and wanting, needing, drifting in and out of attention. 10, as the numbers keep pushing you. 9, teasing you with temptation. 8, driving you with desire. 7, feeding you with a frenzy of lust. Or maybe I should simply stop and let you awaken from this frustrating place. I wonder what would be worse, because I know you will listen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, edging so nicely. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, wonderfully edging. No choice in what's going on. Stuck in the center of your attention, the center of your arousal, the middle of your melting mind, spinning round and round. I'm going to count you up, and yet I know that even that will not take away the arousal, the need, the craving, the want. I might be somewhat responsible for your future state, but it will feel so good. how the need you feel is just pulling you down into the dripping, dropping, deep depravity of your desire. And it's so nice, so sweet, so wonderfully deep. With every loop, it just gets better. With every loop, it gets more intense. But you will listen. You will not release without being told. That's right. So go ahead and loop. Enjoy the feeling, the sweet sensations, the warm need, the growing, the craving. 10, 9, 8, 7, or even 6, going closer to 5. Such a nice edge already at 4, even sharper at 3, even closer at 2, and there can even be a 1 that is so close to the edge you need, and you will continue to crave. Good. Very well done. The words that are whispered just sneak into your mind and subtly light those fires even more, fueling them and wanting, needing, drifting in and out of attention. 10, as the numbers keep pushing you. 9, teasing you with temptation. 8, driving you with desire. 7, feeding you with a frenzy of lust. Or maybe I should simply stop and let you awaken from this frustrating place. I wonder what would be worse, because I know you will listen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, edging so nicely, creating sentences that simply seem to caress along your body. 3, my words are so powerful, wonderfully edging, even no choice in what's going on. Stuck sensations in the center spread of your attention, the center of your arousal, the middle more of your melting mind, spinning and round and round. I'm going to count you that might go, and yet I know that even times that will not take away the arousal, basically the reflect in craving, the want. You know, I might be somewhat because I've trained you this way. Future state, they cause, but it will feel so waves good to be flowing along your body. Every drop builds up, every release pulls you down, and if you combine this with the sweet sensation of my words, my commands, you feel so incredibly good. Of course, all of what I've been doing is just letting you drift, sweet and sound, letting your mind realize how your feelings are in a swirl and tantalize, creating little flirtations, fluttering feels that flow in and out of your body as easy as the air you breathe. And did you know that the sweet sensation of inhaling all that air, letting it fill you, letting it make you fuller until you exhale, can be incredibly sensual and sweet? In fact, every breath can be a trance in itself. Every caress, be it imagined or real, can create another world of sensations when every drop pulls you down and every wake wakes you up only enough for you to enjoy those feelings. You get to keep stroking. There is a sensation flowing inside, sort of an you may do so keeps tempting you to give in, leading you to lust, evolving into erotic experiences, and yet all you have to do is listen and let the lust in my words lead you through the luscious longing, the continuous craving that creates sweet waves of wanting up and down as you drop into awareness and wake into more arousal. At some point, each step in and out of trance will be like a release, like an orgasm in itself, a wonderful sensation that'll keep going, allowing you to do deeper and deeper feelings, releases with every wave, and then you could drop into it and enjoy it, feel it flowing, building. Every drop builds up even more. Every wake craves deeper. Now, whichever way you sway on the pendulum as you follow the left and right, up and down, in and out, I'm sure you'd like to feel part of you enveloped by warmth, penetrated deeply with sensations, sweetly sending waves of pleasure, and of course, each of those waves is another trigger for another drop, another wave, and a way for you to stop and wake a little bit once more, and then feel the flow start again, even stronger. Fractionation is the beautiful hypnotic process where you go in and out of trance repeatedly, and maybe every repetition, every loop pulls you a bit further, deeper, closer. And I wonder what would happen if those edges became so natural and sweet, so easy and deep, they simply pull you over the edge several times before you even know what's happening, like an up and a down, a drop that builds up, and a tease that wakes you deeper and deeper, causing you to feel the creation of those cravings, melting your mind deliciously, deeply depraved of desire, causing waves and a fire of heat, a warmth of firmness, a sweet drop dripping from your core into the world, and you let go of everything inside of you. Everything drips, spins, continuing, spinning, the arousal slowly edging and fractioning your thoughts. Listen to your own heartbeat, your breathing, how every drop builds you up, pulls you down to the edge, and teases you, how every wake makes the wanting more salient and sweet, how all the teasing allows you to feel more complete until I drop you down again, taking away your mind, and then awake so you can find the pleasure ever more growing. I could count again. I could give some meaning to the madness, some pacing to the pleasure, but I won't. I know that you're feeling so incredibly aroused, so deeply, teasingly tempted to just give in and go for it. Maybe it would be nicer if I just counted down and gave you the word. A buildup, a desire that fills you up, penetrates something so deep that you cannot help but just drift, drop. Feel how your feelings won't stop growing in pleasure and sensations so sweet, the tingling indeed forming everywhere that you are most sensitive, everywhere until something happens, how it builds, how it grows in your mind, and everywhere that you find any kind of pleasure, how the intensity brightens your thoughts, or my thoughts. There's a drop that pulls you down, and a wake that makes you weak, but that weakness feels so good, the temptation feels so intense. It's like you're grinding down your own mind, eroding into erotic pleasure so close that you just want me to measure it in numbers and start counting down, and you might have a hand in what's happening, or perhaps it's free of touch. Who knows how far your hips have moved in the meantime? 10, the counting has started. 9, even though the edge seems to be winning. 8, driving you deliciously delirious. 7, as you simply do what you must. 6, feel the rising tide of your will. 5, with pleasure that will simply instill a need for the release that you want to see. 3, as you please and crave even more. 2, much to bear, but there is a one way out, which is simply to come and release the pleasing sensations, wave after wave, after wave, after wave, as it continues to form in your mind, as you drift and find bubbles of pleasure, drifting deeper. The explosion hit you deep, and if you have my permission, you may have come already. How far have you come already? How much have you traveled into this deep state of trance, where your mind is an endless dance to dive deeper, and no matter how deep you drive and feel alive as you come to my calling and feel yourself melt, meander in those lost, longing thoughts that seem to edge along another state. It feels good, that wonderful feeling that flutters through your mind till there's no need for anything else, lasting longer and longer, drifting deeper and deeper. Hypnosis is a beautiful, sensual thing, a powerful tool and a deep connection. Look how far you've come. Enjoy the silence and the sweetness. Goodbye for now.